Okay, so here's my bungalow. My drums here, just getting some sunlight, or what was sunlight once upon a time. Have some nice views of the jungle here. Yeah, these bungalows are quite simple. There's not a whole lot happening in them, so as you can see, just have a couple pieces of furniture around here. They have a lifetime supply of mapacho, a whistle in case I need to call for help. For those of you who aren't aware of what a master plant dieta is, essentially you go into the Amazon in a particular place led by a shaman who essentially facilitates these master plant dietas. So you spend 1 week in isolation or more, depending on how long you want to do it. Some people do it for up to months or several months. So the purpose of a master plant dieta is to develop a deeper connection with the spirit of the plant, which provides a lot of different properties and characteristics and traits and things that can benefit your life. Some plants are very good at healing things like trauma or past wounds or your belief systems or your mindsets. Others are good for reproductive issues or sexual issues and so forth. So there are many different plants out there that have a lot of different effects. But the most intriguing thing, to me at least, is the spiritual component of this. So when you spend some time in isolation in the Amazon working with these medicines, in which often you incorporate ayahuasca ceremonies into it as well, these plants can open different things on a spiritual level, such as they can open up chakras, they can clear out blockages, they can help us cultivate our third eye or develop more clarity with our third eye. The shamanic path in the Amazon often involves doing a series of dietas in which a person develops a deep connection with the plant, and this is when they start learning ikaros, so they start channeling information from the different plants depending on what they're working with, and really starting to develop unique gifts and abilities which allows them to facilitate healing on other people and working with different plants and different master plants and so forth. So the plant that I'm working with is called Uchu Sanango. So this plant is supposed to be quite strong. I'm not exactly sure what to expect from this, but everyone here, the shamans, are saying that this is the strongest one that they offer. So people who go through these, who does a dieta with this plant, often has some pretty intense chills and they feel very fluish. They're telling me that the last person couldn't walk at all. So yeah, I think it's going to be somewhat of a difficult experience, but the properties of this plant supposedly help you develop your third eye. So people take this plant to perceive other layers of the spiritual dimensions and spiritual realms, to help develop their clarity, their vision moving forward in life. And of course there's some emotional stuff there as well, so it helps you burn old memories and get rid of memories that no longer serve you, and a few things like that. It's heavily suggested that you stay in isolation as to not mix your energies with other people, with other things, so it's good to get away from technology. Here I'll probably chime in every couple days or so just to give you an update on how I am feeling in this video after I've taken the medicine and when it's working through me, just to let you know what's actually happening. But I won't be chiming in too much, again, to give me some space to really just focus on the experience. Soon I'm about to go harvest this plant with a couple of the curanderos here. They say it's quite an important part of developing a deeper connection with the plant itself, because when you actually are there throughout the entire process of it, through making it, then you get to develop a deeper connection and get more in touch with it and perhaps communicate with the plant better. Otherwise, tonight I will be taking the first cup at around 6 p.m, so now it's about 4 p.m, so in a couple hours.
Sanango ni goya goigiri, Sanango igi goya goigiri, Yamoya Babango nare, Mushubu, Ribari banam. Sanango ni, Doctor Sido ni, Gorai Gorai, Warbo Sido rai, Gorai Gorai, Nadesita rai.
This must be the worst tasting cab sav I've ever had. No, I'm joking, actually, I've had some pretty bad cab sav. But the taste of this is quite spicy, so it's actually got quite a strong taste to it, and otherwise it's not too bad. But last night I actually felt pretty good after taking this. No nausea, no sickness or anything like that. I had a lot of energy, I had a lot of motivation, and generally I felt pretty good. I had some visuals last night, just of different animals and things, so that was a little bit interesting. I had some pretty wild dreams last night, but apart from that it was pretty tame. So with that said, it's time for my next shot. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, cheers. Yeah, it definitely doesn't taste great, but very spicy. Actually, Uchu in Quechua means spicy. Now I see where this drink got its name from. Let's see how this goes, and I'll be taking another shot of this later tonight, so we'll see how everything goes. Okay, so today is day 5 of the Dieta. Yeah, it's been pretty chill actually, so I haven't had any severe symptoms, I haven't been thrown up or haven't been bedridden or anything like that. It's been pretty relaxed and easygoing. I've been sleeping a lot, but yeah, apart from that, like not feeling the medicine a huge amount. I'm definitely getting some sort of visuals during the nights when I'm trying to sleep. I'm having a lot of dreams. Generally, I don't have a whole lot of energy just when I'm walking around. I feel exhausted, but that could be because I'm not eating that much as well, because there's no condiments, there's no salt or sugar or anything like that in my system. So that could be why I feel just tired quite a lot. But yeah, apart from that, nothing overly significant to report on. Just things are going pretty well, pretty cruisy. I'm taking a lot of time for myself. I'm relaxing a lot. I'm going down to the river every day just to sit in the river and swim a little bit. But yeah, otherwise I'm just spending a lot of time in bed, sleeping, and yeah, just enjoying being out here in nature. So that's really about it for now. Okay, so today is the final day of my Dieta, day 7, and I keep having the same dream that I'm back, sort of my travels are cut off for some reason, and I'm sort of just stranded there. I'm left in Australia. I don't know what to do. I'm sort of dreading having to find work in the country, and I'm always just thinking, why am I back here? How did I was just traveling? I was having a good time. Um, I was exploring the world, and suddenly I'm just back. And I realized that this is a big fear of mine. So recently, I went back to Australia for about 9 months, and so it was 5 years until I returned back to Australia. And I had no money, no car. I moved back in with my mum, and I had to work in a restaurant just to make some money. And the fear of regression has always been a big thing for me. So I've always had this fear of going back in time or not following what I believe to be my purpose or my mission in life or doing what I want to do. So I feel good when I'm traveling, but there's always this fear in the back of my mind that I need to return home and I'm going to be left behind everyone else. Everyone's got a family and a good job and career and house or apartment, and I'm there sort of just in this situation that I was when I was a child. So I definitely had to confront that fear when I was there for 9 months, but it's still been a big thing for me. And part of the Sanango, like plant species, is that these plants help you work through your fears. So I wonder if these dreams are a manifestation of my fears that the plant is helping me work through, because every time I'm having this dream, I'm sort of like, the situation's different. They're different dreams, but they're always the same situation that I'm back suddenly. And I'm always just thinking, how did this happen? Like, I just started traveling a couple months ago. I shouldn't be back here. Now I need to find work again. I don't have anywhere to stay. So I'm sort of replaying through this fear again every time I have this dream. And I wonder if this is just helping me sort of acclimatize to it a bit, or accept it, or get rid of this fear in some way by sort of playing through it in my dreams, which I feel like it is, because each dream seems to feel less of a burden when I'm back in Australia. So I remember the first dream that I had, maybe 4 days ago or 5 days ago. Like I was really dreading it. I'm like, oh shit, I need to get out of this country as soon as I can, and I was just trying to plan out how to do that. Then the second dream, same sort of thing happened, but it wasn't, I guess, it didn't feel as bad. I more had this acceptance of the situation, and I'm like, alright, I just need to work for 6 months or so, build up some money, because I still have some money. This is probably the best bet, and use this time to see my friends and stuff again, which I was excited about. And the last night's stream was actually sort of exciting, because I was doing cool things. I bought a motorbike, and I'm like, I'm just going to travel around while I'm here, and like I went back to study at university and things like that. So my life moved on, and I didn't really feel that same sensation. It was more a sense of moving forward than it was moving backwards. It's, even though moving forward in a different path, I guess, in life, instead of just traveling the world and living a nomadic lifestyle like I usually do. But yeah, I find it interesting that was probably a way of me working through my fears that the medicine may have been helping me do or inducing. But another thing that has been happening quite a bit with this medicine is during the nights, especially when I've just been laying there trying to get to sleep, I've really been going into some pretty some memories of just, I guess, painful incidents. I don't know how to describe it, but it's not like traumas or anything like that necessarily. It's more just things that make you cringe when you think about them. So things that I was saying when I was 18 years old, trying to pick up a lady or something like that. Then I'll remember an instant where I said something stupid, and she's like, what the fuck, that's weird. And And I know I've sort of just been sitting with these random memories that, aren't big deals, but just these little things that make me not feel good, and they're still there, obviously, and they have some sort of emotional response because they're not fun to think about. I still have some sort of emotional reaction and feel a bit of shame or guilt or whatever it is. But I've been just going through a lot of these random memories, especially in my past when I was younger. Just either saying stupid things or doing stupid things, or hurting other people accidentally, or just being awkward. Like, again, not big deals, but at the time it's just sort of like, and it obviously left some sort of emotional mark because that's why I still feel some sort of energy associated with them. So I've spent a lot of time in the nights just sitting with these thoughts, and they've sort of just come up automatically. And part of healing is to not push things away, it's to just sit with those emotions or those memories that are surfacing and just feel into them, because if there is something there, then it means it hasn't been discharged yet. So I've sort of just been sitting there, but I haven't been the one to sort of look into these memories and take them out. They've sort of just come up. I feel like in the nights I've just been going through these different random memories that are still emotionally charged or still have some sort of trauma or something there, and sitting with them and just processing them, because I've had nothing else to do. It's sort of like, what else do you do when you're in the jungle and the sun goes down, you don't have a light or anything, you have a little candle. So I pretty much just lay in bed. There's not a whole lot to do from that point. Uchu Sanango also helps burn memories in the past. So I didn't think about this until this morning, actually, that maybe there's a connection there, that Uchu Sanango is helping me burn these old memories that aren't of service anymore, that I don't need, that are just random crappy memories. Again, this is part of the plant that is sort of pushing out these memories so that I can process them and discard them once and for all. Because now when I think back to some of these memories that I spent some time with, I don't feel the same emotional reaction. I don't feel shame. I don't feel cringe. I don't feel some sort of painful emotion or negative emotion when I think back to these memories. They're sort of just, the memory's there, I can still remember it, but it's not emotionally charged anymore. So I feel like whatever was happening was actually doing something and was working, just to sort of get rid of or discard these old memories that are useless. Like, there's nothing to learn from them anymore. They're just random things that I should have let go of a long time ago, but I haven't for some reason. So it's interesting because the longer I've spent on this dieta, which is only 1 week, it's not a long time, the more I start to feel like the medicine is actually doing something. And maybe it's a combination as well, because of course the food here is very bland. Like, I eat 1 meal a day, and there's no condiments, no salt or anything like that. I can't have coffee, can't have sugar. So the food is very tasteless. I'm not getting a lot of minerals or things into my body, so the plant can have a deeper effect on it. And perhaps this is all part of the process, and not having distractions, because we always just tend to have distractions in our lives. We can do something when we're bored or when we're feeling a certain way, but when you're in the jungle doing a plant medicine dieta, there's really not a whole lot to do. So you really need to spend time with your own experience of consciousness and just sit with it and experience it and work through the motions, which I feel like is an integral part of the experience as well. So tonight I have my final ayahuasca ceremony, which will wrap up the dieta. Then I'll spend one more day here, where I'll gradually start introducing, other things back into my diet. Yeah, I'm going to wrap it up there for this video. This might be the last video that I make regarding the dieta, unless I have some insights or reflections that I want to share after the ayahuasca ceremony, in which case I will. But otherwise, I'm just going to leave it there. So thanks for watching this, and take care.